hopefully this will work. Still a little overexposed, but I'll get over it until we.
Yeah, we don't want to see. We don't want to see his exposure.
Tasty white.
Oh gosh! They just Chuck.
So what happened last week?
Well, we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, Spike.
Chris.
Show.
Hey,
Okay.
what's up?
The Mandalorian finally dropped.
Yes.
Was it all the episodes at once, or just because I don't have Disney Plus anymore?
I forgot all about that. How they did things, and no, it's one episode every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you keep your subscription up. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, and honestly, I prefer that because that's what happens with like Netflix. Is like every time I watch a show that I absolutely love, I watch the entire day, and then I gotta wait like forever for another episode. And like, ugh.
For me, I don't like the Netflix model. Or for one thing, Netflix, and for another, which actually is jacking their rates up again by like $1 or $2, depending on what tier you're on. Which is something we'll discuss later, another episode, another video somewhere down the road. I don't like the Netflix model where they drop everything at once because I can't sit. I have a life. Okay, I have a life. I can't sit here and waste 8 to 10 hours watching a stupid show on Netflix because I can watch like one episode. I can give you an hour. All right, I can give you an hour, maybe an hour and a half if it's okay, if it's good. But beyond that, I can't give you any more than that. But guaranteed, every loudmouth on the interwebs has watched the entire thing. They managed to, I don't know how they managed to watch an 8-hour series, an entire season, in 4 hours, and then they got to get online and talk about it. And spoil everything about it. So, this is one of those reasons I hate social media and don't pay attention to them anymore. Because, you know what? Honestly, if you cut social media out of your life, oh my God, things are so much easier. You don't have to deal with all the negativity. You're not as angry with people. You don't get your favorite shows spoiled and stuff. So,
True.
Take that, Twitter and Facebook, you little
Twitter
down shutting so-and-sos. Anyhow, what were you...
But The Mandalorian, I loved it. It was awesome. It was good. It kind of, I got to admit, and nobody has ever brought this up yet, but it kind of reminds me of Tremors. It really did. It reminded me of Tremors because you had the
What, you got to be drunk in order to watch it?
Nah, you do not have to be drunk to watch Tremors. I'm sorry, but Tremors is a cult classic.
You do have to be high to watch Tremors. I forgot.
No, you do not.
You need a whole...
That's the other Tremor movie.
You need a whole tray of pot brownies. Well, that's true.
That's the other movie.
That's the other Tremor. That's a DT Tremor. Anyway.
But yeah, I liked it. And of course, you know, there was that little callback, or Easter egg, or whatever you want to call it, of Boba Fett. The Mandalorian, the major bounty hunter that is everybody's, you know, everybody loves to talk about, who didn't do crap.
No, he did do crap. He managed to bounce off a sarlacc and land in its mouth, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
So, Boba Fett.
Now all the Star Wars people are like, how dare you?
What are you going to do? Attack my Facebook page?
Look, I like Star Wars too, but I mean, come on. That's one character that, to this day, I'm just like, why is this like a famous character? It's like, Darth Maul I understand, but like, but I mean, it's like, Boba Fett was just, he stood there, I'm going to fight. Oh no, I'm getting hit by a big worm.
Bam!
You know, it's like, but I mean, whatever. This Mandalorian is a whole lot, like if he was like this in the movies, more of him, then okay, I understand. But we'll stick with this Mandalorian.
The only good Star Wars anything right now is the Mandalorian.
Yes. That's because you got genius people behind it who knows exactly what they're doing and are major fans, which is exactly what every studio should actually do.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to have to call BS on you right there. You cannot always rely on fans to do a property correctly. Now, if they're talented fans, yes, they might be able to get away with it, okay? Like Jon Favreau, was talented before he started doing Star Wars. He had success before he did Star Wars.
Okay.
He's a Star Wars fan. He likes Star Wars. He does Star Wars.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of people working with him who like Star Wars, and he's a good leader. So yeah, you get a good result with The Mandalorian. Star Trek, I don't know who in the hell's in charge of Star Trek right now. I know Kathleen Kennedy's been trying to run Star Wars into the gutter for years.
I still don't think it's really her fault.
But it's not her fault. It's the fact that it's the same thing that AT&T and Warner is going through right now. You've got a bunch of suits who are all pointing at the beans in the bag, and then instead of at the quality of the product. It's got to be immediate results. It's got to pay off now. I don't care what happens 5 years from now, because hopefully I'll be snorting blow off a hooker's stomach in 5 years, and I won't have to worry about Hollywood. See?
Wow.
That's what it always comes down to. You want to be snorting blow off a hooker's stomach at some point in the future.
I think that like Disney, who is in charge of pretty much the entire world right now, they're in trouble, but honestly, I kind of think that whoever's running the whole thing now in that business area is really needs to be fired. And I'm just saying that because, laying off all these other people, having the idea with the Star Wars where it's like, okay, the last 3 films, we're going to have the same director do them all, and then it's like, oh no, wait, we should just have a different director every time, different writer and stuff like that, and look what happened there.
There's rule number 1, there's nothing new under the sun. The original Star Wars trilogy, the first one was done by George Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, George Lucas was the executive producer on all 3, okay?
Right.
But he had one writer for the first movie. That same writer did the first half of The Empire Strikes Back. The good half, the front half. You can tell exactly where the original writer was walked off the set, actually, because he got tired of dealing with Fox and Lucas. And you can tell where the original writer walked off the set because all of a sudden the quality of the movie goes and stayed there through Return of the Jedi, stayed there through the 3 prequels, and stayed there through the 3 sequels. So, yeah, there's been I'm just going to say it, there's been a long history of failure with Star Wars, okay? And all of them by fans. And if you don't think that a fan can ruin a franchise, I got 2 words for you, buddy. Ghostbusters.
Was Paul Feig?
Oh, they swore up and down they were the biggest fans in the world.
Really?
Yeah, so they swore up
I
and
could
down.
not have seen that.
They loved Ghostbusters. They couldn't wait to reinvent Ghostbusters for the 21st century. Which shows you what
did it
fans
such a wrong way.
He did such a great job. Wasn't Leslie Jones in that one?
Yeah.
He did such a great job with Ghostbusters, she's now hosting Supermarket Sweep. She is. And the beloved, who won't be named here, absolutely likes the new... She does like, I'm not going to say she absolutely loves the Supermarket Sweep reboot that's on ABC Sunday nights. But I got to admit, it's pretty decent. It's... Leslie Jones is best taken in very small doses, though. And she needs to start wearing ugly sweaters. But that's a lifetime joke. But anyway.
No.
So anyway. Anywho, anything
Should we
else?
get... We've been talking about so much.